You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Oh, I lived in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on, always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys. They don't get a pass. Had the little homies press they ass for your tattoos. Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was long in the race, skinny nigga with the braids, took a 2-man fade. I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right, but I was banging on the plane in the meeting with Jermaine. They like, poet, oh you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't play ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. So, you ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking on niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Got a throwaway in the stash spot. Boy, you not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I need a mascot. Poet, and Swahili, I'm a Damu. My little cousin making paru. My nigga Uzi, he from Five Deuce. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. So, you ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
Fuck Chris Brown, nigga. Pull up in the hood right now, nigga. Catch your fade, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Frogs.
You ain't from the hood.
Holla soon, the blood starts swirling. Fuck you talking about, nigga. We out here, nigga, right now. We out here right now, nigga.
What's up in the building's chat? First of all, we gotta let me go into the video, into the chat right now. Let me go into the chat. Because I don't know who owns this son of a bitch right now. Hold on, so let me go into let me go into the chat. Let me go into the chat. First of all, thank you for coming. Who sent me a donation? That's right. Damn it, Janet sent me a donation early. That's right. Good looking out, damn it, Janet. That's why we need these donations up here. First of all, we got to thank Tom for this show, because Tom is the reason I'm allowed to stay in the house and make this show right here and release a couple of skits. I'm going to be releasing a couple of skits for the next couple of days because Tom helped me out with a donation that I can stay in the house and make these videos for y'all. And the people who donating, I want to thank y'all too, because y'all allow me to make these videos and stuff like that for this channel. Good looking out, damn it, Janet. We need more people like damn it, Janet. What's up, Tom? Good looking out on that, Tom. The channel got to thank you, Tom. This next couple of days of videos on Flood. Matter of fact, let me release one right now. I'm going to release one right now. I'm going to release a video later on today. Tom, which one should we release? We should release the presidential debate. I think we should release that one today. We're going to release the Democratic presidential debate today, and we're going to release. Tom, you want to release Faircoin today, or you want to put it on Patreon first and release it tomorrow? We're going to leave it up to Tom. Tom, what we going to do? We're going to release the Faircoin first, or we're going to release a Democratic debate and then release the Faircoin later? You know what I'm saying? On Patreon. We're going to leave it up to Tom. What you want to do, Tom? Release both of them today? Release 2 videos today? 3? How many videos you want today, Tom? 2, 3? What you want? Tom? Battery Powered Gardener, good looking out. You from the hood, Battery. You from the hood. Tom, we're going to come back to Tom. Ask Tom how many videos he want to release today. 2 videos, Democrat debate, Faircoin, MAGA versus Antifa. Ask Tom how many he want to release today, then we're going to do that today. They already did. We had to release one on, we released one on the Hunter Biden thing yesterday, and people told me to take it down because it was too raw. They told me to put it back on Patreon. They're like, you going to get the channel flag. Go ahead and take that channel video down. So if you was watching half the video on the Hunter Biden video yesterday, I am sorry. I had to take it down. Everybody from Patreon said, take this shit down and put it back on Patreon because your ass going to be kicked off of YouTube for this video. I didn't know the video was so raw. So if you watched the video yesterday, you was in for a treat. I didn't watch the video for about 2-3 weeks, and I didn't know the video was so raw. So we're going to have to keep them Patreon videos on Patreon because they too raw to release on here. I don't release in the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into this skit. Paul Pelosi has just gotten his ass beaten severely. I don't mean to say that because we want to wish Paul Pelosi the best because we don't wish no harm on nobody, Democrat or Republican. But this is what happens, right? This is what happens. They didn't do nothing about cocaine when it was in a black neighborhood. As soon as it started reaching a white neighborhood, they want to make bans and do all kind of shit about it. You know, we're going to ban cocaine. We're going to put all the laws because it's fucking with my daughter. It's fucking with my son. My son was on crack cocaine. That's what Hunter Biden, you know what I'm saying? And Joe Biden was saying about his son. My son's on crack cocaine, and they give my son all this crack. We need to stop the crack epidemic before my son get out of control. But anyway, it's all kind of fishy shit going on about this. And leave it up to your boy to break it down. It's like, this shit don't make sense. Like my boy Tom said, it could have been some gay pornographic Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Like, remember when the little boy was trying to get out Jeffrey Dahmer's house? You know, and he was drunk, and then the police picked him up, and Jeffrey Dahmer like, that's my boyfriend. And they're like, go ahead and put him in, you know, go ahead and take him and go back in the house and fuck him in, right? So it could be something like that, like they was battling over some wild butt sex or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, well, he assaulted me. Take his ass to jail. Right, but let's get into. We got to get into it before I added some more shit to this, right? Because I just can't do no regular live on because the whole thing is boring as shit, right? So I have to add some extra clips and some extra information and some extra shit to let you know why this shit is going on the way it's going on in the city of San Francisco. She brought it upon herself. All this soft on crime stuff in California, no bail in California, you know what I'm saying? People getting out of jail with get out of jail free cards in California, you know, and people not getting sentences and getting these light ass crimes. You bringing this shit upon yourself. Defunding the police and all this old shit. You're bringing this shit upon yourself, right? But I'm finna get into it. You notice it happened right before election time, right? You know what happened. It's mighty kind of fishy that it happened right before election time, right? Now, I don't want to, I'm not no conspiracy theorist or nothing like that. So, YouTube disclaimer, I do not agree with none of the views and comments of the people on this video or none of the stuff I say. I don't know. This is a comedy video. So all this is just comedy. It's hilarious. At the beginning of this video, I say hilarious. Now let's get into it.
A brazen and violent assault. Paul Pelosi.
Wait, is this loud enough? Is that loud enough? Let me see. I guess that's a lot to go. Let me see. Is this loud enough? Yeah, that's 100% right there. That's 100% right there. I guess it is loud enough. Let me see. Can I bring it up a notch? Let me see. Can I bring it up a notch? Nope, that's loud to go right there. Oh shit. What we here for? I guess I can hear. Let me see.
A brazen.
There we go. I can hear now. I can hear better. I can hear better.
And violent assault. Paul Pelosi, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, brutal.
Wait, a what? A brazen and violent assault? What?
A brazen and violent assault. Paul Pelosi, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, brutalized in their San Francisco home.
Woo! Brutalized in their San Francisco home. Brutalized with a hammer. Hammer. I am Hammer. Y'all know that song. Hammer, how you do it? That's MC Hammer back in the days. My mom used to like that song. Hammer. I am Hammer. How you do it? Hammer. I don't know nothing about that song. Let me get off it. Hammer. I am Hammer.
At approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A priority well-being check.
House Speaker.
A priority well-being check. A priority. Number one. I bet you, look, they don't come that fast when a nigga call. Remember, it's a backup time, right? It take 4 or 5 hours, right? Especially in the part where they live in, it's not that many police with, I don't know where they stay in San Francisco. Out here in the rich area, it's not that many police officers, it's private securities. The police officers be in the black neighborhoods where the violence be. Oh, who sent me a donation? Oh, shit, who sent this? Wish I could donate more. Will soon, though. You made me laugh going back to Juicy. Haha, keep it coming, brother. From Sweden. Sweden! I got some shit from Sweden. I'm finna screenshot this shit. I'm gonna put this on Facebook. Right, I got a donation from Sweden, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? How many of you niggas getting donations from Sweden, nigga? Huh? How many of you niggas getting donations from Sweden, nigga? I get Sweden money, nigga. Call me Trump, nigga, the black Trump, nigga. I'm getting money out of Sweden, right? We got some Pelosi crime family shit up in here too. You don't have to add that up in here, right? Let's get on with the beating in the house with the hammer. Yeah, I am hammer.
Nancy Pelosi shocked by the lawlessness in San Francisco as the city's liberal mayor finally looks to crack down on crime.
Oh, remember, right? San Francisco was getting out of control way before Nancy Pelosi's husband got beat with a damn hammer, right? Now all of a sudden Nancy Pelosi's son got beat with husband got beat with a damn hammer. Now crime is forefront. It's all in the news. Crime in San Francisco. This was before though. This was before Nancy Pelosi's husband got beat with a damn hammer, right? Crime in LA, crime in San Francisco, crime in California has been out of control. You hear that? Oh, look at DP. Look, DP and all the skits. DP done got permanent resident. DP in every damn skit on here now. I'll just show you your name on here. DP, you in every damn skit on here. You got backup skits, DP. You got on the president. DP on you on here all the time. What DP say? Nancy better protect Paul. Who else is going to make her stock trade? Ha! You damn right. Who was that? James Touche? What up, James? Right? But crime spree was way crazy, right? In LA and all that old stuff way before this happened. Remember this? Hold on.
It's absolutely outrageous. Obviously, it cannot continue.
It cannot continue.
More now on that burglary at the home of U.S. Congresswoman and mayoral candidate Karen Bass.
Remember Karen Bass, right? Remember, another congresswoman got her house raided, right? Remember Karen Bass a couple of months ago got her house broken into, right? And a person went after guns. This person went after Nancy. What they going after particular stuff? It's mighty funny, huh? It's mighty strange. Remember her house was broken into? Remember this?
Bass says someone broke into her home and stole 2 handguns from a locked box. The robber apparently didn't take anything else, including electronics, valuables, and even cash.
Mighty strange how all the Democrats' houses getting broken into. Huh? Mighty strange.
All of which were in plain sight, according to Congresswoman Bass.
All was in plain sight. Everything was in plain sight. All the jury and stuff, but he went after the guns.
When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer.
They both was holding the hammer. How the hell they both get a hammer? You mean to tell me, right? Let's go through all the criterias. He broke in the house with a hammer, right? And because he got caught holding the hammer, right? All of a sudden, Paul Pelosi grabbed the hammer and they fighting over the hammer. They fighting over the hammer. Or, right? He broke in the house and found the hammer and picked it up and they're struggling for the hammer, right? Or Paul, her son, he grabbed the hammer, right, and walked down the street, and dude grabbed the hammer, and they fighting over the hammer. Any circumstances you name, the dude walked in the house without a weapon. A hammer was his choice. If anything, a hammer was his choice of weapon. If he walked up in there like, and you mean to tell me, right, that this dude, who the FBI, the Captain Police, and all that is investigating right now, right? You mean to tell me this dude didn't do no surveillance and knew Nancy Pelosi wasn't there? Or at least knew Nancy Pelosi had security detail everywhere she went? Capitol Police, private police, security guard, he didn't know none of that? You mean to tell me he didn't case it out? He was like walking by the window like, you know what, I'm gonna bust out this damn window and break in the house and see where Nancy at. Where Nancy at? Where Nancy? This dude was from a whole nother country, right? He had nothing to do with politics, right? They don't know what the fuck. He probably an immigrant or some shit like that, but he ain't an immigrant. He's some other shit, right? They got with the stepfather or some shit like that, and they gave him some information. Came over here on some love lost shit or some shit like that. He was sprung on a female or some shit like that, you know, and he came over here. But anyway, how was this dude not armed? How did he plan his so-called Nancy assault, right? Just breaking the house and just hope she was there, right? He didn't do no planning, no plotting, no sin or schedule or none of this shit. And then he broke in with nothing. What he was gonna do? Talk to her? I just wanted to talk to her. I just wanted to talk to her. He broke in with no weapon, no bulletproof vest, no knife, probably no gloves, no nothing. They was both holding the hammer.
Vote like your life.
Right? Remember, I had to go back to Lady Gaga, right? Remember all these activists, all these Democrats, crimes is happening to them, right? It's cool when it happened to us, right? It's cool when it happened to us, but it's a crime and it's horrific when it happened to them. Right? It's all on the news. Remember Lady Gaga? She was from California. What happened to her? Remember she was on TV hating Donald Trump? She wanted this. Right? These celebrities wanted this. Look at her.
Like your life depends on it. Or vote like your children's lives depend on it. Because they do. And to all the women and all the men with daughters and sisters and mothers, everybody, no matter how you identify, now is your chance to vote against Donald Trump, a man who believes his fame gives him the right to grab one of your daughters or sisters or mothers or wives by any part of their bodies.
Well, Joe Biden grabbed them by the back of the shoulders and smelled their hair, right? So, but remember, Lady Gaga, all the celebrities voted for this. Now all the celebrities moving out of California. They moving to Vegas. They moving to Phoenix. They moving to Colorado. Huh? They moving to Texas. They voted for this. This is what you wanted, Lady Gaga.
Vote for Joe. He's a good person. Thank you.
And this is what you got. Help me!
It's been 24 hours since Lady Gaga's dog walker was shot and her beloved French bulldog stolen in a brazen Hollywood heist.
And tonight,
It's all over California, Hollywood, San Francisco. It's not happening in the ghetto no more. It's coming into their neighborhood. It's coming into the white folks' neighborhood. It's coming into the celebrities' neighborhood. It's coming into the politicians' neighborhood. Now they're going to do something about it.
Tonight, we're learning exclusive new details about what happened from an eyewitness who went running to help that shooting victim.
A violent canine robbery caught on camera in West Hollywood. The target, Lady Gaga's dog walker and her 3 beloved French bulldogs.
When it happened to them, that's when it's...
The guy started screaming, no, no, no. And then he just heard the shot get fired. Grabbed some towels from inside, ran out, got to the guy, and then he told me right away who he was, who he worked for, whose dogs they were, of course.
Ryan Fisher, seen here, often walked the dogs in this West Hollywood neighborhood.
West Hollywood, right? If you ain't knowing the West Hollywood is a rich part of L.A. Hollywood is where the stars hang at. West Hollywood is where the gay people at. West Hollywood is where all the rich people You know what I'm saying? Hang at, right? It's money out there. So it's not happening in LA, right? West Hollywood is 15 minutes away from South Central on the freeway. You get to both of them. So people go out there and rob people and come back. It's happening right now. They can't rob niggas in LA no more because niggas in LA ain't got no money. They going to the rich. They robbing dogs. They stealing purses. They robbing for jewelry. It's coming to a point where they don't give a fuck. They breaking in cars.
The suspects getting away with 2 of the 3 dogs, Koji and Gustav, after opening fire on Fisher. In the surveillance video, you can hear them growl as the suspects put them into the car.
At this moment, we're still trying to fill in the big question. What was the motive here? The male suspect is in custody. The FBI still at the Pelosi home in San Francisco. Sources telling CNN that assailant used a hammer.
The suspect pulled the hammer away from Ms. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it.
What? The police, right? He pulled it away from. How did he get a hold to it in the first place? Huh? Did Pelosi come down with it? If that's the case, he could say, "Well, Pelosi tried to hit me with the damn hammer," right? I don't know. It's a different reason why he's in the house, but California, right, have a liability clause. If someone get injured in your house, you are liable. This dude got beat too, right? If he snatched the hammer, right, from the Paul Pelosi, what the hell is he doing in the hospital? Did the police shoot him? Right? Because the police was there. How did he end up in the police? Did the police beat his ass? How did he end up in the hospital if Paul Pelosi got the hammer snatched from him and got the shit beat out of him with it?
John, it appears we may actually have the motive, or at least part of the motive. I've just been told by a source who was briefed on the attack that the assailant who attacked Paul Pelosi was actually in search for the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
In search, right? In search for Nancy Pelosi, right? Now, the dude came from Frisco, right? Now, most likely he liberal, because remember, it's a lot of liberals protesting against Nancy Pelosi, right? It's a lot of liberals, right? Democrats don't like her. Republicans don't like it, right? But you know they're going to try to blame it on the white supremacists. This dude has no connection with white supremacy. He came up in there unarmed or maybe with a hammer, right? He has no political views that tie him to any kind of white supremacist on the social media, so they can't add it to that. They can't say that this is a crazy son of a bitch, right? We don't know his purpose. We don't know none of that, right? We don't know anything. But I bet you, right, the police in the liberal city do. Right? Watch how they know everything. In this short amount of video, the 3-minute video, the interview they do, they expose themselves a lot.
But the fact is that there is an attitude of lawlessness in our country. That's
lawlessness, right? In our country, right? You see how, right? She's not talking about the shit happening in her home, right? She's not talking about the shit happening in her city, right? But when it comes in her home, she got a different attitude, right? As a matter of fact, she no comment. She don't want to talk about the violence goes on in Frisco. She don't want to talk about none of that because now it's in her back door, right? So I want to keep this a private matter. I don't want to talk about it, right? She's going to be saying that. I don't want to talk about it. They're going to be asking, what's up with the violence in California, right? Why so much shit happening in California, in your hometown? Is you going to do something about crime now? What you gonna do about the no bail or the police being defunded? Huh? You gonna step up now after your husband has got the shit beat out of him for the very policies that your ass promote?
springs from I don't know where. Maybe you do.
Let's get your take on.
Right. Karen Bass, right? When Karen Bass got her shit rated, right? California is going crazy. Politicians, ain't nobody safe. Politicians, entertainers, right? Niggas on the street, ain't nobody safe. Tourists.
On the burglary of Karen Bass's guns, do you think she was targeted?
Huh? Do you think she was targeted? Right? Nancy Pelosi was targeted, right? She was, Karen Bass was targeted, right? Why is these politicians targeted? Right? They got a lot of rappers that was targeted.
I absolutely believe that she was targeted, and I think that this was really not so much about breaking into a home. I don't think it was random. I think perhaps maybe someone is trying to send her a message. I mean, they were...
Woo! Somebody's trying to send somebody a message. They're trying to send they're trying to send the Democrats messages, right? And the cold thing about it, it's not the Republicans, it's not the white supremacists that's doing it.
Very specific in the items that were taken, only guns, leaving behind other items that were valuable, cash, specific in the items that were taken, only guns, leaving behind other items that were valuable, cash was left behind. And so I don't know if they're trying to frighten her. It's been reported that she lives alone. But I think this is more about sending a message. I don't know what the message exactly is.
Whoa, sending a message, right? And this message, why is all the Democrats getting sent the message, right? They're not the only ones, a lot of them. A lot of activists and Democrats out here getting sent messages.
But it certainly would be disconcerting to know that that happened in the manner that it did.
Inform people about how to report a crime.
Well, we have an idea of what the purported suspect looks like, and so I would imagine that investigators are looking for surveillance cameras that are in the area, on homes, on businesses, perhaps to find the manner in which the person entered that community and or left. Do
this sound just like Nancy Pelosi shit? Do they sound similar? But besides, somebody wasn't home, targeted, right? Cameras, all this. Come on, no security. House, come on. I mean, you have to have some kind of security system, right? Somebody go in your house, break in, and steal something specific. Know exactly where it's at and everything. Where's the backup story? What's the relationship? We want to know how you knew. They still ain't talking about that. All the Democrats want to shut up.
For vehicles that might have identifying information, and all of what is going on, certainly we don't know, and really we shouldn't know, because we don't want anything to be put out that could compromise their investigation. And
yeah, like, was it really guns or was it really Nancy? What? I mean, it could be other stuff, right? That they don't want to talk about, right? That could be related to it, right? It could be other stuff, right? You don't break in people's houses for nothing. You catch them on the street. I mean, there's other ways to catch them. Breaking in their house is the worst thing. You break in the house and just steal some guns, leave the money, leave everything else. Come on, man. You break in Nancy's house, right, with Nancy Pelosi not there, no weapons, right? You probably didn't know that Paul was there. He was looking for something. Come on, Paul happened this to come out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And some shit just happened. You don't break in nobody's house with nothing. So, then when somebody catch you, where's Nancy? What? Come on, man.
ultimately, the safety of Miss Bass.
Alex just asked Phil about how these guns were stored. As far as we understand, they were stored in a Brinks lock box.
A Brink locked box. Huh? He stole the guns out of a Brink lock box. What else you keep in that lock box?
Is that a way to properly store one's guns? And for people who do have guns, what is the safest way?
Information, because this lady right here, she's a lieutenant of the police. She ain't never heard of no damn gun drop box in no LA. Right? It wasn't guns.
Well, I mean, that's certainly a way, and I don't know what that means, a lockbox. I know that there are small portable boxes that you can have in your home when you travel.
Huh? A retired LAPD sergeant. I don't know what the hell a lockbox is.
You travel with a gun that you can lock it up, and it's a way to keep others from having easy access. But at the same time, the whole point in having a weapon in your home is so that you do have the ability to get to it in the midst of maybe someone coming in on you. And so it's kind of a delicate balance that you have to dance. And it's also important to be able to be very familiar with this weapon. If you're
going to use it, right? Why the hell you put it in a drop box, a lock box? What else is in that box?
If you're going to have
that before the assault occurred, in other words, before he attacked Pelosi.
Before he attacked Pelosi's husband.
The intruder confronted the speaker's husband in their home and was shouting, quote, "Where is Nancy?"
Where is Nancy? That's all he shouted. He broke in the house and said, "Where is Nancy? Where is Nancy?" After he was confronting her. "Oh, where's Nancy?" That's it. Now I need to speak to her. I don't do something to her. No threats or anything. Where's Nancy?
Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody, requested emergency backup.
After you let him beat the shit out of Paul Pelosi, think about it. Officers on the scene, right? They see, why the officers on the scene, they see Paul Pelosi and the dude wrestling with the damn hammer. The dude snatched the hammer, right, and beat the dog shit out of Paul Pelosi. The police tackle him. Now they both in the hospital. I need to see the body cam of this. Put the hammer down. Stop beating him. Put the hammer down now. Stop beating him with the hammer. Tackle him. Tackle him. Don't shoot him. He beating somebody with a damn hammer, right, in the face, right, and we right here and we don't do nothing. We go put the guns down and tackle him. I don't think they do that in L.A. I saw them shoot motherfuckers with knives. Look, go to LAPD shooting. They come up with knives. Pow, motherfucker, what you doing? All of a sudden, right? Look at all kind of stories, right? LAPD shoot a person with knife to his grandmother's throat. I saw one like that, right? LAPD shoots up. Come on, it's all kind of shit, right? You mean to tell me the police see him struggling, right? They don't go over there while he's struggling with a damn hammer and tackle him then. They wait till the dude grabbed the hammer out of Paul Pelosi's hand and beat the shit out of him with the hammer.
And rendered medical aid.
Where is Nancy? So, John, again, this is from a source who was briefed on the attack, who says before he physically assaulted the speaker's husband, he was clearly looking for Pelosi herself.
Will they go around the house looking for her? Do they got security cameras showing that he was going door to door, right? He didn't do no surveillance. I mean, come on, like, what kind of plan is that? Anybody tell me, right? What kind of plan is breaking in somebody's house and saying, "Where's Nancy?" Huh? Anybody? Tell me, I'm waiting. Who sent me another donation? DP sent me another donation? Good looking out, DP. What DP say? If only her Walker could carry a pistol instead of a screen, like a little girl being chased by a spider. He was all, It was all like a little, you gotta understand, DP, he was gay. But tell me, who breaks into somebody's house and say, "Where's Nancy?" No weapon, no plan, right? No strategy, because if you couldn't handle Paul Pelosi, how you was gonna handle Nancy? You was gonna kidnap her? What you was gonna do? You gonna hit her with the hammer? This is fishy, y'all.
Former California Senator Barbara Boxer.
Remember, right? Crime in LA, crime in California, all over, right? When it happens to us, it's okay. But when it happens to them, it's a problem.
Boxer fell victim to a street crime.
Yeah, Juliet, we just talked to Barbara Boxer about 30 minutes ago. She is shaken up, but she is doing okay physically. I want to show you some pictures that we got from a...
Huh? It's coming into their neighborhood. This is the nice part of California. This is supposed to be a nice part of Oakland, right? This is supposed to be a part of Oakland where you can walk down the street. Oh no, it's not safe, even for ex-senators.
Witness earlier today. She was robbed at the corner of 3rd Street and Harrison Street near Jacqueline Square around 1:15 p.m. Now, because the suspect took her brand new iPhone that she just bought 2 days ago, she walked a couple of blocks away from the crime scene to the Verizon store to call for police and waited for the police inside the store. She says there was 2 kids. Those teenagers appear to be under 18 years old, one a driver and one an attacker.
One a driver and one an attacker. See what happens when you soft on crime? See what happens when you want to put the criminals first? See what happens when you have sympathy, right? For people out there that's committing the crimes and not sympathy for people who are getting the crimes committed against them, right? See what happens, right? They're starting to come in your neighborhood. It's starting to come to your house. It's starting to come to your kids.
Well, he pushed me very hard. It's hard for me to describe what happened because it was so fast, but when I started to move away from him, he came behind me, pushed me hard, and then before I could fall, almost like he grabbed my phone in the front. So it's just hard to put it all together.
Did you hit the ground?
I did not hit the ground. I'm not hurt physically at all. I'm just shook up. And
She just shook up. It's happening to the white people, y'all. And they still don't want to change the law because guess what? They too far along. They too far into their policies to say, you know what? We was wrong. Y'all was right. We need to end no cash bail, right? You know what? Y'all was right. We need to refund the police. We need more police. You know what? Y'all was right. Huh? We need to do something about the homeless and the mental problem instead of giving them free crack pipes and letting them sleep on the street and letting them piss every damn where. We need to actually do something about the homeless and the crime in places like New York and LA, right? We need to wake up, right? Because now it's happening to us.
I said to them after this, I said, why would you do this to a grandma? I was yelling at the kid as he was running with my phone. I said, I want to call my grandkids. Why are you doing this? He could care less. He got in the car, but I hope he has some guilt.
The suspect has been identified as 42-year-old David.
Hey, DP, right? They can't stop crime in California, right? It's too far gone, right? Everywhere, I mean, I can go film the police department right now, right? And there's people smoking crack and selling crack right on top of the police steps. I'm not talking about not hiding, like right on top of the police steps, right? Yesterday I passed by the police station. It was a lady sitting on the police station, butt-ass naked, right? And the police was passing by. She was on the police, butt-ass on the police. It was like a little plant thing, right? Right? Butt-ass naked with a pipe in her mouth. I wish I can show. I got this shit on video. I wish I can show some of this shit on video. Right? I wish I could. I got this shit. I filmed this shit. DP. I need to come with a channel or blot that shit out. Can I blot it out or something? I need to blot that shit out and show that shit. This shit is disgusting, DP. Right? I got about. I mean, this. You can just go around LA and just catch women asshole naked, right? From crazy women to prostitutes, all kinds of asshole naked any time of the day. However you want it. Police passing them on by. And this type of shit happens.
David DePepe.
Right? This dude at the press conference giving a shout out to the police. I want to give a shout out to the police. For what? Huh? Paul Pelosi got the shit beat out with a hammer while they standing there with guns.
Quote, where is Nancy? Where is Nancy?
Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePepe were transported to a local hospital for treatment.
Huh? How they both go for treatment? You know, I put CNN, I can't put Fox up here, right? CNN talk the bullshit. But how they both go to the hospital? When did he go to the hospital? Oh, he snatched the hammer from Paul Pelosi and beat the shit out of him. The police tackled him. What the hell he in the hospital for? Huh? What's his injuries?
Speaker had been there, there would have been a security detail from the U.S. Capitol Police.
And that dude didn't know that, right? He didn't think that it was. He didn't read up on it, right? He didn't do no research on her security detail. He didn't do no early going by and seeing her hours of vacancies and hours of occupation, right? He didn't see none of that. Do no research on nothing. Just break in the house and say, "Where's Nancy?" Now is the perfect time. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just gonna break in the house and say, "Where's Nancy?" Right? I didn't follow none of her details on because where she's at is on public information. You can look at it and see where she at. Is she in Washington? Is this your first time going by the house? You didn't do no kind of spy, no kind of stakeout? Oh, the bitch just got home. Oh, the bitch been in the house for this many hours. Anything. Any kind of strategy.
They were not there because she was not at home.
The judge taking big issue with the fact that
right now, remember, this happens all over LA, right? They not just robbing people on the streets, right? Like Paul Pelosi, they also going into people's houses, right? Now this dude, remember the celebrity, right? Activist that was I think a musician that had the activist wife. This dude broke in the house and he said he was paid and all kind of shit, right? But the reason why I put this video in, right? Because the reason why he beat her and the penalty he think he finna get. He just murdered somebody, right? Just got out of jail in 2018 for violent robbery, because this is third strike, which means that for the violent robbery, he didn't do more than 3 years for the violent robbery, right? And that was his second violent robbery. Didn't do more than 3 years because he's out in 2001 and he killed a woman after being in the penitentiary in 2018.
that Maynard shot a vulnerable 81-year-old woman in the back, waking her up at 2:30 in the morning in a robbery attempt of her home. And according to the judge, she says that wasn't enough for Maynard. He went on to shoot at an unarmed security guard at the front of the home and then
look at him. Do he look crazy? Don't this nigga look crazy?
Went on further to another Hollywood home where thankfully a 17-year-old girl was inside but unharmed. And the judge says that particularly disturbing in all this, it was premeditated, and Google searches showed that he had specifically targeted these two addresses, hoping for a big payday in terms of his robbery. Now, inside the court, he was listening to all this, sometimes shaking his head, and the prosecution played recorded jail phone calls.
Recorded jail phone calls. Now look at this dude, right? Because California is so weak on crime, right? And so forgiving to murderers and people who assault people. Look how much time and look at the penalty he think he finna get according to California law. Because remember, he know the California system. He just got out for 2 violent robberies.
Where Maynard was talking to friends, laughing and bragging about the fact that he was all over the news and would probably only get 20 to 25 years and could get a phone inside state prison. Now, the sentencing is...
I'm only going to get 20 to 25 years and I'm going to get a phone. He's sitting up here laughing at him killing an 81-year-old woman, a black man, right? Killing another woman of color. And he's sitting up here laughing about it. Right? And he say, right, the California laws, I probably only get 25 years. And I'm going to get a phone. So I'm going to be living it up. Don't even worry about me.
Particularly high. That's what the prosecution wanted in this case because of the fact this is the third strike for Maynard. He was convicted for 2 other previous violent robberies back in 2013 and as soon and early as 2018.
So in the last, 8 years? 2 violent robberies and a murder. Right? California soft on crime.
This is an active investigation currently being led by the San Francisco Police Department.
Hold on. That's one. The San Francisco Police Department is being led by the San Francisco Police Department.
Special Investigations Division.
Special Investigation Division.
The big question that I think Jamie is beginning to help answer is, why the FBI would be involved, and this perhaps might explain it. If the assailant was trying to carry out this attack in search of the speaker, if there was some kind of political motivation, perhaps.
Right? The FBI, right? Homeland Security, San Francisco Police, Planet of the Apes, right? All of them investigating a dude that broke in the house and say, "Where's Nancy?" No political talk. I mean, they done figured that already out. He broke in the house and said, "Where's Nancy?" Right? And he beat the husband. Who reported he said, "Where's Nancy"? Was it recorded on the video? Was it recorded did he say it when the police got there? Huh? Or did Paul Pelosi tell him he said that? Who in the hell told him they said, "Where's Nancy"? You mean to tell me he waited all the way till the police got there, snatched the hammer from the dude, and said, "Where's Nancy"? Or while they were struggling, right? And the police came in there and evidently said, "Drop the hammer," or whatever, because they had to see him struggling for the hammer. Remember, they was called there for a welfare check. So they had this, however they got in the house, right? They had to see him struggling for the hammer. And that time he's saying, "Where's Nancy?" Or did he break in the house and say, "Where's Nancy?" And then Paul came down. Who told him they said, "Where's Nancy"? Is it a recording they said, "Where's Nancy"? When did he say, "Where's Nancy"? Because if he said it right before he hit Paul with the hammer, while the police said, "That's mighty strange." He waited way for the police to get there and he said, "Where's Nancy?" Hopefully, like I said, all this is a conspiracy. I don't know nothing, right? Hopefully it's a recording. Because if it's not a recording, I want to know how in the hell or who in the hell heard him say, "Where's Nancy?" And if he did say it when the police got there, why did he wait till the police get there to say, "Where's Nancy"? Why did he wait till the police get there to hit him with the hammer? If he's looking for Nancy Pelosi, right, and they're struggling for the hammer and the police is there, right, it seems to me if you're smart, go ahead and take the breaking and entry. Hey, you got me, I'm down, right? Instead of the assault, the murder, all the other shit you finna get charged with. I mean, if you're not going to kill him, the police is right there, right? If you want to do some death by cop, you could have charged that them with it after that. But what do you do? I mean, what's the circumstances? Why you want to do it soon as the police get there? You didn't have it. And how long did y'all struggle with the damn hammer before the police got there? How long do you struggle with a hammer? You 40 years old, 42 years old, and you struggling with a hammer with a motherfucker that's 81. And he finally take it away from you after the police get there and beat you with it. How long? I mean, was this an epic battle, hammer fight? Like, you know, just holding on to it, slamming all over the damn walls and knocking over pictures, and you know how they do it in the movies and stuff. You know, like it'd be a dresser and they knock everything off the dresser and they still holding on to the hammer and shit, right? I mean, they ramming in and knocking TVs over and shit. How long was fighting over the hammer?
We are working closely with our partners from the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Capitol Police.
The all U.S. Capitol Police, U.S. District Attorney. He worked with all these groups, right, for a motherfucker broken house and had to wrestle a hammer away. How did you let a motherfucker with an 81-year-old motherfucker get close on you to grab the hammer, right? You broke in the house like, "Where's Nancy? I got this hammer." He was like, "Hold on, wait a minute, young man. Let's talk about it." "No, I need to talk to Nancy right now." "Calm down. Put the hammer down." "No, I would hit myself. I would hit you. I would smash this ice cream machine." "No, do not smash her ice cream. Give me the hammer. Give me the hammer now." What the fuck? Huh? Or you came out there like, where's Nancy? He was waving him like, you get out of my house, young man. I have a weapon. Bitch, it's not Karen Bass' house, nigga. I mean, she got guns. You got a damn hammer. Where you get a hammer from? That's all you got to protect yourself in this big ass house is a hammer. You better get out of here, young man, before you use this hammer. Give me that hammer, nigga. Give me that hammer. Motherfucker. Oh, look at the police. Where's Nancy? I'm son of a bitch.
And our district attorney here in San Francisco County, DA Brooke Jenkins, and her team.
Again,
what the fuck y'all gonna investigate? How he broke in the window? We're gonna investigate how he broke in this window right here. What the fuck are you gonna investigate, man?
Again, there's still a lot of questions as to how he got into the house. It appears that he came in through the back of the residence and then carried out this attack. There are a lot of very important questions still as to what brought him to that location.
The motive for this attack is still being determined. Mr. DePepe will be booked at the San Francisco County Jail on the following charges.
Right? It's still under investigation, but they finna hit him with the following charges, right? I ain't never heard, right, a motherfucker get so fast, charged so fast in my life. The shit just happened 3 hours ago. I mean, it shit happened like literally 5 hours ago. When you go to jail, you know you don't even go through booking that damn fast, right? Literally 5 hours ago. He's still in the hospital. You don't know you don't know what it was. I mean, evidently you know it was because the police was there seeing him. I mean, they got the number one witnesses. The police is the number one witness. Like, yeah, when we got there, suspect had a hammer and what did he do with the hammer? When I got there, he was wrestling with the hammer. It seemed like the suspect got the advantage of the hammer. And what do you see after that? All right, witness the suspect pushed the victim to the ground and hit him about 4 or 5 times with the hammer. Right? What were you doing when all this was happening? I was just standing there telling him to put the hammer down. Why you didn't do nothing? Because that's not my job. You know what I'm saying? They said we can't actually harm the criminal. So we had to put our guns away. We had to put our taser away. We had to put our billy club away, right? And we had to put on some gloves and a COVID mask and tackle him. We had to do all that. And we had to make sure he was have the Trump juice up in it because we can't arrest nobody without the Trump juice.
So, John, you know, we have all been concerned about violence and threats related to politics. We don't know yet what the complete motive is here.
Bitch, you would never know because there ain't no motive, right? Their house is on the street, right? You can walk right here, right? She ain't got no security gate. She ain't got no border wall. You know what I'm saying? You can literally just walk right here like, oh, he's from Nancy Pelosi house, right? Right here, bam, right? You can literally walk up to it and bust a window. You can literally go on Nancy Pelosi house and piss on her porch without any resistance. As long as she's not home, evidently, then the Secret Service will be there. But right now, you can go there and not right now because all these people are there. But when they leave, you can literally go piss on their porch because she ain't got nothing there but to protect her, right? So this was one of the easiest, right? One of the easiest burglary attempts ever in the history of burglaries, right? She ain't got no bars in her window, right? She ain't got no kind of slides. She ain't got nothing. She's got a window and some shades and some curtains. You just gotta go there. Give me this shit. Right? This is the easiest shit in the world. Everybody, look at this neighborhood right here. Look at this neighborhood. All these is good houses right here. All these 2-story, 3-story houses and shit, right? Overlooking probably the beach and all that other shit, right? Right? All this is good house right here. What the hell is he doing walking down the street, right? He had to look normal. Or they would have got his ass. What the hell to do with walking down the street? We got a neighborhood watch over here. Get his ass off the street. He gonna break in the house. Where's Nancy? You ain't got no protections. Your backyard, your front yard, your front door, anything. I guess she really trusts California. Karen Bass don't. Let me see. Who I got Karen Bass? I bet you Karen Bass don't trust no damn California. She be damn it, she trusts California. I don't know. Or I guess she be damned if she trusts California. Oh, let me see it right quick.
Two suspects were locked in a safe box, and they were stashed away in a closet.
Do you have any idea why somebody would do this, who these people are?
I have no idea. I will tell you that I did meet with detectives today. They have arrested a couple of individuals, but that's basically all I know at this point.
I mean, do you feel like you were targeted? Because it's weird that they would just take the guns and not anything else,
But
right?
you know, Angelinos all around the city are not feeling safe. And
We're not feeling safe. Evidently not in Frisco either. They can break in people's houses and steal bags. Look at these people in these rich houses with no yards and no fences and no gates and shit right here, right? Right?
I did feel safe until my safety was shattered, like so many.
Look at this. This LA right here. Same thing. Just like I did feel safe until my safety was shattered. Right? Evidently, Paul Pelosi did too.
Angelinos. So at this point in time, I don't have any further information. I don't know if it was random or what.
And that's a reference to when we had the debate in this.
Yeah, you know if it's random. You know what they were looking for. You know what they were looking for. You know what they was looking for, Miss Karen Bass.
But I've just been told from a source who was briefed on the attack that the assailant who attacked Paul Pelosi, the Speaker's husband, was in search for the Speaker of the House.
Attempted homicide, assault with a deadly weapon.
Attempted homicide, assault with a deadly weapon. And they throwing a book at this dude, right? Attempted homicide and assault with a deadly weapon. Right? That's not all.
Weapon, elder abuse.
Elder abuse. You're gonna hit his ass with elder abuse. They throwing his ass the book 2 hours after you get arrested. You getting hit with elder abuse.
Burglary. And
burglary? I mean, you can drop the burglary.
And several other additional felonies.
And several other additional felonies. Where's Nancy one of them? What other felonies can you hit him with? You're gonna think of some shit later on down the line? We're gonna think of some shit later on down the line and hit him with something else. Right? But right now we got him breaking and entering and beating the shit out of Paul Pelosi in front of the police, who are gonna be on the witness stand.
That before the assault occurred, before he physically started attacking Paul Pelosi, that he came into the home shouting, quote, "Where is Nancy?"
She said that. That's not a repeat. She keep on saying that. She just keep on. That's the only thing she said. She said about 5 different ways.
Before I go any further, I'd like to thank the responding officers for their swift action.
Where is Nancy? So there does seem to be some indication that, whether this was politically motivated, and what the politics might have been, those are still questions to be answered. But it does certainly sound like he was looking for the Speaker of the House.
In this one.
Ain't that what they was doing in D.C.? Where's Nancy? I mean, can I say that? Disclaimer, this is a comedy skit. You know what I'm saying? But they were saying the same shit in D.C. Where's Nancy? Where's she at? Just to make a comparison.
Morning. Those San Francisco police officers are Officer Colby Wilmus, Officer Kyle Cagney.
I want to give them a shout out for watching Paul Pelosi get the shit beat out of them with a hammer and tackling the suspect. You know what I'm saying? I want to put them all on news. I want to put their name out for being heroes. They could have stopped him from getting the shit beat out of him. What if he recovered today? This nigga be at the hospital today like, oh, my head hurts and it was really bad. Like, hold on, nigga, I thought you just got brain damage. I thought your ass was brain dead. Like, this is in the hospital like got severely beat. How many blows to the head with a hammer? That's some serious shit, right? How many blows to the head with a hammer, right, can you take before your ass is incapacitated, right? And how many blows did it take, right, for the police to get from point A to point B, right? Because they was there. They saw the wrestling of the damn hammer. How long did it take him? 1 hit? 2 hits? Like remember the lollipop commercial? How many licks do it take to get to the center of this nigga's skull. 1, 2, 3. Like, what the fuck? Huh?
And Sergeant Edmund Hoyne. I'd also like to thank our emergency dispatcher, Heather Grimes, who's standing here to my left, for a really amazing job.
What? The dispatcher, all right, so if it was a dispatcher, that means it had to be a 911 call, right? It had to be a 911 call, or unless they had one of them home security things and the bitch called for like, oh, we need to go check on the alarm just went off in such and such house and we need to go check on that spot. We just essential just went off. Can you go, we'll do a welfare check, right? Or either somebody calling one or the other, right? Hopefully they have some trick wires, right? Have some trick wires and the security system set off an alarm or something like that, and they went to go do a welfare check and found out that way. But they got there awfully fast, right? From the time he broke, look, think about it. From the time he broke into the house, from them wrestling with the damn hammer, that was awfully fucking fast, right? They have a security, like, security, right? And usually, right, when it's and usually, I don't know if it's that security system, right? But usually when it's a breach like that, they send the private security over there first, because them security systems have private security. So they usually send the private security if the police not around, but they usually send the private security. They go check it out and things like that. Some may send the police. I don't know. Don't let me get the line on here. Do not let me get the line on here. So this guy is Nancy's side cock. Probably is.
Now, the fact that we see the FBI, they're still there, by the way, tells us that they're going to play a big role in this investigation. And they don't normally do this on just an assault on a random home, or even if it's some random attack. There has to be some evidence that they've gotten from the early parts of this investigation that indicates they have some kind of jurisdiction, some federal nexus here.
What federal jurisdiction they got for somebody breaking in the home, right? And saying, where's Nancy, right? You mean you have the feds on that? You got the FBI on that? You want to have the DOJ on that? You have the, come on, you got every agent on one person that broke in the house and was struggling to hit somebody with a damn hammer and beat somebody. I mean, you ought to investigate what took the police so long to get the nigga with the hammer. That's what you should be investigating. Why they got there so fast and why they responded so late? Why they let the person get hit with the hammer? I saw plenty LAPDs, right, in my lifetime on video on cops, right, and on other little channels, shoot the shit out of the person before they had a chance to harm the baby or harm the woman or harm that, right? You let him grab the hammer and do all this other shit, struggling with it. Struggling. That was the perfect time when a nigga hands are occupied to run over there and tackle a nigga. But you like, hey, man, they were probably eating popcorn and shit like, who you think gonna win? I'm gonna put my money on the 42-year-old nigga. I don't know, man. Paul been drinking that wine, so he's still kind of young. I'm gonna go with Paul. He got that old man strength, right? Look at Paul. Look at Paul struggle with that shit. Oh no, man. The third cop. Who you going with? You know what? I'm gonna go with the young dude too. You got a little weight on Paul. You got a little weight. Well, I'm gonna go with the young dude, the old dude, because the young dude like he want to run out of breath. Oh no, the young dude got it. Okay, well, give me my money, nigga. Before I go over there and say, give me my money. Last motherfucker we bet on who gets shot first, you didn't pay me. Give me my money. Okay, I'm gonna keep on letting the shit get beat out of him. You know it's coming, right? Give me my money. Okay, let's stop it then. Thank you. Look at all my $20. Hey, stop it! Go tackle a nigga. I ain't finna do that shit. I'm too high to be tackling motherfuckers. Last time I tackled a motherfucker, tried to get me for a legal chokehold. I ain't finna catch a lawsuit. Matter of fact, we gonna play rock, paper, scissors on who gonna tackle a nigga. Rock, paper, scissors, go! Shit, my turn. Ah! Damn, he beat the shit out of Paul. Well, I guess you won, nigga.
For inquiries regarding Mr. Pelosi and his condition, we refer you to the statement issued by Speaker Pelosi's office this morning.
None of your motherfucking business. That's what it is. Don't ask me shit. Let me grieve in pain, right? I bet your ass ain't gonna be doing the, I bet your ass ain't gonna be wearing no motherfucking dashiki doing the Million Man Kneel after this shit. Oh my God! What kind of ice cream do you get after an ass whooping? Like, what kind of ice cream? What's the favorite ass kicking ice cream? You know what I'm saying? Like, what ice cream is you gonna go to her freezer and get? Like it's gonna be butter pecan because they buttered his ass. I mean, what kind of ice cream? Napoleon because his head is. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this shit right here because he could be seriously fucked up right now, and I shouldn't stand on nobody but the president. You know, I'm just saying. I shouldn't wish on nobody but my baby mama and the president. You know what I'm saying? Paul, you ain't got nothing to do with this. So what? You done cheated taxes. You got inside trader information and shit. You know, and your son corrupt just like Hunter Biden. I mean, I overlook all that. You know what I'm saying? Your corrupt ass wife. You know what I'm saying? How y'all done got millions of dollars in inside trading. I mean, I'm overlooking all of that. I'm looking at your well-being. Hopefully, them hammer hits was like. I hope who sent me a donation. 160. What's up with it? I hope they send me. I hope it was like. I hope it wasn't a metal hammer. I hope it was like one of them child play hammers and shit, one of them plastic hard ones and shit. I hope it was one of them. Like, okay, he didn't hit it with a real hammer. He hit it with a plastic hammer. That's some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I saw Jeffrey Dahmer struggling with niggas with hammers and shit. Remember Jeffrey Dahmer? Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer had a gun and a hammer? All right, hit your ass with this hammer. Right? Maybe Paul Pelosi is Jeffrey Dahmer. Right? Look at all the Democrats I mean. Look at all the Democrats that went to jail for doing some shit like that. Look at Ed Buck. Ed Buck had plenty of niggas in his house getting high, having wild butt sex with them and tying them up. Huh? Look at John Wayne Casey. He was running for one of the Democrat senators or some shit. He was helping with the whole Democratic Party. Huh? Look at your boy Jeffrey Dahmer. You just know he was a Democrat. Who else eat dicks? Come on, man. Who else eat dicks and drink blood? Democrats. Needing to say no more. Boil a dick.
And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our district attorney, Brooke Jenkins, for a few brief comments. And let me say in advance, this is...
You mean Brittany Griner, nigga? That's not no... When they let Brittany Griner out? Who in the fuck let Brittany Griner out? And nobody... You know what? I just heard them in the NBA game say, Brittany Griner, we've been thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you make it home. And all of a sudden this bitch doing press conferences about Paul Pelosi. Who in the fuck let Brittany Griner out? Huh? Didn't nobody tell the NBA? Didn't nobody tell nobody to smuggle this bitch out of Russia? You know what? The Illuminati, some cold motherfuckers, boy. They done smuggle this bitch out of Russia and they didn't tell nobody and put it on TV like we don't know who the fuck this bitch Brittany Griner is. Come on, man. Come on.
what we know at this time. We will update you further, but we will not be able to take any questions after the statement.
Look at that bitch calves.
Thank you, Chief Scott, and I do want to commend the San Francisco Police Department for their immediate response.
Bitch, I want to commend you for getting out of Russian prison. You like the Illuminati, bitch. You know what? I need to congratulate you, Brittany Griner.
To this home and for swiftly making sure that Mr. Pelosi was okay and that the suspect was apprehended. We are working closely with them right now with respect to the investigation. And
James Touche like that rocky roll ice cream. That's my favorite.
We'll proceed with the appropriate charges as things unfold, as well as work with the U.S. Attorney's Office. And
Bitch, I'm glad we worked with Russia to get your ass out of jail, because I was tired of them people complaining about your ass in jail for a little bit of weed, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, Brittany. I'm giving it up for Brittany. The Illuminati got her ass out of Russia.
Our federal partners. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for being here. I know you may have, we'll update you when we get more.
Do you know how we got into the house?
through the window, motherfucker. Don't you watch the news? Do you know how he got into the house? He didn't have a key. Motherfucker, didn't you see the news? They asked it. You mean to tell me, right, through the whole press conference, through all the news you got on all the information you got on the situation, right? Through all this old shit, and you're a professional. The best question you could have came up with is, do you know how he got into the house? I would have said, hold on, wait, well, you know what? I am going to answer one question. You dumb son of a bitch, didn't you see the busted window? Don't your news station update you on the news? Haven't you been watching CNN, the Fox, the any damn thing? Who you work for? That was a dumbass question. How you getting in the house? He broke in, you dumb son of a bitch. Didn't you hear me? How you get in the house? Huh? Before you let him in, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been all over the news, you dumb son of a bitch. Any other, you know what? Let me out of here. I'm finna pull a Joe Biden if I get in trouble.
That's it for right now. We're not going to take any questions.
Graffiti.
Right? Remember, Nancy Pelosi house, right? This is not the first time this shit happened. This is not the second time this shit happened. This is like the third or fourth time this happened. Motherfucker said 2K, council rent, bitch. We want everything.
With the phrases 2K, council. Graffiti with the phrases 2K, council rent, and we want everything covered Speaker Nancy Pelosi's garage door. On the sidewalk, a disturbing image to many neighbors who woke up to this, a pig's head and fake blood.
They're gonna move Nancy Pelosi out the neighborhood. But you got pig's head and fake blood in front of your yard. You got people breaking in your house, beating people with hammers and shit. You gonna have to get the hell up out of the hood, Nancy. You can't be from the hood no more, man, Nancy. Nancy Pelosi can't be from the hood no more. Get up out the hood, Nancy.
I don't think that this is a useful way to go about it, and it's a terrible start to this new year.
The vandal's message alluding to failed efforts to provide Americans with a $2,000 stimulus check.
Well, we know that wasn't no conservative with that shit. We don't paint nobody houses and put no pig blood on nobody's head for no $2,000 stimulus check. That has to be a liberal. We don't do. Who thinks of some shit like that? You know what? I'm finna go over Nancy Pelosi's house and put some pig blood and a fake head on her front yard so I can get a stimulus check. That was a liberal.
Government should be doing all they can to give people assistance.
We talk about building a better Bay Area. We mean it, the whole region. What has us concerned is widespread increases in crime.
And tonight we're bringing you examples. In San Francisco, crime, staffing shortages, and police response times are all getting worse.
And it get worse on Nancy Pelosi. How's it getting worse on everybody else except the rich? They got there before the nigga had a chance to beat him with the damn hammer, right? Why is the response time getting short and the shoulders getting short and the police force getting short for everybody but the rich? Huh? Everybody but the rich. His response time was spectacular. But everybody else in San Francisco, they gotta wait.
What will it take for the city to change?
Security cameras cover Nancy Pelosi's home. On the street, guards like Fred Kennerly with a private security company hired specifically to protect several residents in this affluent neighborhood.
Huh? They hired private security, right? You mean to tell me Nancy Pelosi, they got millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. They know they could be potential targets, right? Because there's nutcases out here. You mean to tell me while it's inside traded, right? Paul Pelosi can't afford a driver to drive him back from a damn wine tasting company, a wine tasting contest or whatever, right? And you mean to tell me they can't hire one private security or one nigga with a gun to protect him 24/7 or at least at their house? This one, right? You get all the money you making, you can't afford a nigga for $100 an hour, right? You can't spend $2,000 a day, right? $100 a day, put niggas on 12-hour shifts for $100 a month. Do he make $1,200 a day? He makes $1,200 a day, maybe $200 a day, an hour, right? You mean to tell you got all that money for all the insider traders, and you can hire something as simple as a security guard to stand out of your house that's unsecured, and you're worth millions. You're the richest person in Congress.
Is she one of the clients?
No, no.
No, she has her own security.
She has her own security, but Paul Pelosi evidently don't. Huh? Everybody in the neighborhood got their own security. I'm pretty sure the dude said, "Where's Nancy?" He knew it too.
It was parked right at the corner.
Call it the price of parking in San Francisco.
It's right over there.
Tracy McCray was on her way to visit a family member in the ER. She parked her car at the corner of Franklin and Post, locked up and left nothing in sight. But a mere 30 minutes later,
boom,
her windows smashed.
I knew instantly it was broke, just, shattered.
Underscoring that it can happen to any of us.
Any of us, because she's not a regular person, right? She may look regular. Her car may look regular, right? She's not a politician, but she's a somebody, and it can happen to anybody. If it can happen to her, it can happen to you.
McCray is a San Francisco police lieutenant who's fed up.
It's still unclear if Nancy Pelosi was home at the time of the vandalism.
She ain't never home. They knew she wasn't home. It's unclear she wasn't home, right? They knew she wasn't home. Just like the dude who broke in the house, like, where's Nancy? Knew she wasn't home. Come on, keep it 100. Keep it real, man. Keep it real, man.
But this guard says this is not the first time these attacks take place.
Huh? It's not the first time the attacks take place at who house? Nancy Pelosi house. And guess what? She ain't never home. She ain't never home. She ain't never home. But all of a sudden, the motherfucker breaking out and say, where's Nancy?
Are you tired of it?
Girl, I've been tired of it.
The question is, what can we do about it?
There is nothing you can do, and it's really kind of the luck of the draw. That's what it feels like.
Huh? That's what the lieutenant of the police department is saying about her city in San Francisco, right? That's under Nancy Pelosi's control.
And many unlucky so far this year. In 2022, there's been a 32% increase in car break-ins where property was stolen inside, and a 29% spike in larceny theft.
Crime is increasing.
Last time where they hung all the hair dryers and stuff in the tree or whatever.
Know this, there are many small business owners.
Huh? Business owners getting out of Frisco because guess what? They don't want to deal with the crime, right? They don't want to pay the taxes because their taxes not going nowhere. Nancy Pelosi is taking the people money and not doing nothing with it. The people are not feeling protected. The business owners, the police, residents, and evidently now politicians.
Owners across the Bay Area who are fed up with the crime and other problems impacting their bottom line. Tonight, merchants in the Castro district are threatening not to pay taxes if San Francisco doesn't do something to help them.
But
Nancy, what you gonna do, Nancy?
But another story continues to unfold surrounding.
Right? Do y'all know, right, last story, right, before we get up out here. Did y'all know that Nancy Pelosi was and Joe Biden is the same person? They both got kids that's in the Ukraine gas company, company schemes, whatever you want to call it, right? They both in there. Right? People talk about Hunter Biden, but why we ain't talking about Paul Pelosi Jr.?
The son of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. While the Ukraine scandal revealed the Biden family's ties to the country, the less told story surrounding Paul Pelosi Jr. that's still unraveling on the sidelines following revelations that he was a board member of the Ukraine oil company Viscoil, an executive for NRG Lab.
And what was his qualifications, huh? We're talking about Hunter. Where's Paul? Why people ain't saying where's Paul? We ought to get a where's Paul in the chat. Can I get a where's Paul? We say where's Hunter? Where's Paul? He got money out of a Ukraine oil company. Where's Paul? He had no experience. Where's Paul? The company was corrupt. Where's Paul? Huh? His mother was inside the government. Paul. Tom, can I get a where's Paul? We need to know where's Paul at. We need to know where in the hell is Paul at, y'all. Where in the hell is Paul?
When America's Rachel Lasena's caught up with journalist Patrick Cowley, who's been covering the story of the House Speaker's son. Take a look. I wanted to follow up with you because you've been covering this Paul Pelosi Jr. story and his business ties to Ukraine. So, Patrick, what, if anything else new has since emerged from this particular story?
Anybody could have got to Paul Pelosi. It could have been the Ukrainian people. It could have been the people he fucked over, right? It could have been somebody his son owed money. It could have been somebody. I mean, evidently somebody who hated Nancy Pelosi. But it could have been a business deal. It could have been some shit Tom said. It could have been some gay shit, Jeffrey Dahmer shit going wrong, or something like that. Tom came up with some good shit. It could have been some gay shit, right? Imagine that, Tom. Tom, imagine, right? You're like, no. Where's my money at, Paul Pelosi? No more butt sex until I get my money. Well, young man, I'll hit you with this damn hammer. No! I'm going to go out and I'm going to tell everybody that you like men and you like butt sex. You do, and I'll hit you with this hammer. Nigga, I'm Thor in my past life. You try to take it, Tom. Tom, dude woke up like, where I'm at? Where I'm at? You're like, you're at the Pelosis. What am I doing here? You're about to get fucked. Oh, give me this hammer. Let me get a body. You know, they'll protect all the pedophiles. It's going to come out later that he was a pedophile, Tom. I bet it's going to come out later that he was a pedophile. Some kind of wild sex shit going wrong or some shit, right? They was playing burglary and butthole, right? You know what I'm saying? I want you to break in my house, grab a hammer, and we're going to wrestle on it, right? Then all of a sudden we're going to end up naked, right, on this twister mat, and all of a sudden we're going to have wild butt sex. Then the police call him like, what are you doing? This dude is trying to rape me. He's trying to rob me. He's saying, where's Nancy? You're lying. Some gay shit going wrong.
I'm joined by Paul Pelosi Jr., advisor for Verde.
Paul Pelosi Jr., look, remember Paul Pelosi? Remember he overseas, right? In Canada, in Ukraine and all that other shit, right? He over there in Canada, right? What he fighting for, right? Paul Pelosi, because he got investments in medical marijuana. He got investments in medical marijuana. What's legal right now? Medical marijuana. Huh? What Paul got? What Paul was advocating for? Medical marijuana.
Science Inc. Welcome, Paul. Great to have you here with us.
Thank you. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for having me. Paul Pelosi Jr. is now under fire from a new set of allegations. A woman named Karina Feng, who is the daughter of a legendary Chinese healer and acupuncturist in San Francisco.
160 is another Fang. Huh? 160. Guess who was all, look, you had, what's it called, the dude, the first dude was fucking Fang, right? The dude from California. Smallwell was fucking Fang. You had Hunter Biden was fucking a Fang. That was covered in the video yesterday. I had to take it off that Hunter Biden was fucking a Fang, right? And you got him fucking a Fang. You got Paul Pelosi fucking a Fang. Why all of them named Fang? Why are the Chinese sending Chinese Fangs over here to fuck with all the politicians' sons and all that other shit, huh? And all the politicians. Fang fucking everybody.
Did an interview with me in which she accused Paul Pelosi Jr. and his associates, and she's now suing him, of ripping off the title and stealing her father's former property. This property is now a drug house. It's a den of prostitution.
Oh, that's where Hunter Biden at. Hunter Biden and Paul Pelosi got something in common. They both like crack houses. They the same person. 160. Tom, do you hear me? They're the same person. Paul Pelosi and Hunter Biden. They both got money in gas company. They both have parents in Congress. They both like crack. They both like hookers. Come on, man.
And she's claiming that Paul Pelosi Jr. defrauded her out of this property. She's also claiming that Paul Pelosi Jr.
What did Paul Pelosi do? Right? I bet you they're not gonna bring this in no Hunter Biden. No Herschel Walker debate. This lady Fang say, Paul Pelosi fuck me over, and then try to kill the baby.
Forced her to have an abortion and also weaponized Child Protective Services in order to intimidate her and get her children taken away when she reported him to the city of San Francisco for fraud.
Do you hear that? When she reported him for fraud, by taking her father's shit and turning it into a Hunter Biden crack house, he got her kids taken. Reported to the San Francisco, whoever, where her mama got connections. We can't get this shit out. We're going to take her kids and make her like a bad mother. We're going to defame her character, right? After we done stole her shit. After she done took him to court. Paul and Hunter Biden is the same person.
We now know that two major Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden, have sons with business connections in Ukraine. And we just went through that public impeachment hearing centered around that Ukraine phone call between President Zelensky and President Trump. How do you think the Paul Pelosi Jr. story plays into this Democrat-led impeachment effort?
Hell yeah. When we get a hold of that gavel, they need to investigate Paul along with Hunter Biden.
Now, Paul, you come from a very political family. Your mother is Nancy Pelosi, the current minority leader of the House of Representatives.
Did you hear that? You come from a political family. Your mother is in the House of Representatives. Wow. Really?
I think it's clear that Democrats and also establishment Republicans, people of the political class, were using Ukraine as their own personal piggy bank by putting their family members on the boards of companies to act as surrogates.
Huh? I can't be on the company, but you can. Go on, Paul Jr. Go on, Hunter Biden. Go ahead and get that oil money for the family, man. Make the family rich. I can't do the deals. You can. We're going to put all our kids on the board with no experience. They wasn't only Democrats.
This is total quid pro quo. Foreign aid, I believe, was used in order to grease this foreign country, Ukraine, in order to advantage the private sector business deals that were being done by these Democrats.
What specifically do you think should happen next when it comes to Paul Pelosi Jr. and Nancy Pelosi?
Lock their ass up. Huh? They got kids on the board.
In the past, some might say advising a medical marijuana company might not be the most prudent political move. What got you to this place?
Huh? To promote medical marijuana, the legalization of it, while your mother is in the House of Representatives, right? And you buying legal marijuana companies, right? And you promoting legal and advocating marijuana, right? Right? While your mama is in the Congress, right? And now what happens? Marijuana is legal.
This place.
I believe that Republicans in Congress have subpoena power and they're not using it. I think Republicans are on defense during this entire impeachment process when President Trump. I believe that Republicans in Congress have subpoena power and they're not using it. I think Republicans are on defense during this entire impeachment process when President Trump is out there saying, look, I'm exposing the corruption. I'm exposing the private sector business deals.
And I think it's very important to decriminalize the industry. Many people go to jail for very minor offenses.
You got Joe Biden talking points, or the Joe Biden got your talking points?
That was going on in Ukraine, the corruption, and in fact, by law, the United States is supposed to help Ukraine clean up their corruption. And so this is all a diversion in order for the Democrats to ameliorate themselves of these private sector, very shady business deals that they were doing. Rachel, I think it's very clear that the U.S. government was used by political elites in order to enrich themselves through shady business deals, and they are willing to weaponize the U.S. government against people who call them out on it. And I think the war being waged by politically connected elites against regular people is the real story here.
Whoa! Do you hear that? Elites, right? We're gonna leave it up to Tom, right? Tom, is we gonna release this skit today? What time at? Tom, you up in the building, right? We're gonna leave it. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to skit. We're gonna release the We're gonna release a skit today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what skit Tom want to release today, right? You want to release the skit Tom? We'll play about 5 minutes of it and see if Tom want to release this skit. See if it's in Tom like it or not. See if Tom like this skit or not. See if we're gonna release it today. I aim for a sneak preview. Give you 5 minutes of this. They talk about the elite. We want to talk about the elite. The whole world finna become elite, right? I mean, not elite, right? We finna be ran by the elite, right? The elite is after us, y'all. What time? Tom, you in the building still? Tom, you in the what time at? Tom, you in the building? What time at? Where you at, Tom? You in? I ain't gonna play with Tom. Tom, you in the building? We finna. There you go. There we go. There go Tom. See if Tom gonna release his skit today. See if Tom wanna release his skit today. See if Tom wanna release his skit.
Where were you on March 9th, 2022, when President Biden signed the death warrant on American freedom?
Is that bill related to 007?
On that day, in a hush ceremony at the White House, without the approval of Congress, the states, or the American people, Biden signed into law Executive Order 14067.
And even more treacherous than smelling little girl. Because Joe Biden code name is China Joe.
I do want to get your opinion on this idea of a digital dollar, a so-called Fed coin, central bank digital currencies that the U.S. may follow in China's lead.
So the government gonna control my uncle crack habit? That's gonna be a hard task to do.
Because Section 4 sets the stage for legal government surveillance of all U.S. citizens, total control over your bank accounts and purchases.
Hell yeah, if the Democrats in charge, that will wipe out cryptocurrency.
Where you're going to be government. Joe Biden just did an executive order about 3 months ago about a central bank digital currency to essentially compete with cryptocurrency.
I think to the extent that the U.S. government could get everybody, or maybe even force everybody, into utilizing a Fed coin.
I'm more afraid of Fed coin than anything else.
I'm more afraid of child support than anything else. Is the government gonna take child support out of my Fed coin?
But the truth is, few outside the deep state recognize Biden's move for what it really is. If my predictions are correct, this is so much more sinister than simply replacing the cash dollar with a new digitized version.
Which will end the longest running occupation in the United States history, which is prostitution. You can't sell a blowjob with a Fed coin.
Friend, this new currency will allow for total control of all American citizens.
They will be in a position to do even more damage to the economy.
Because every digital dollar will be programmed by the government.
And if you think the Democrats have control of your money now, wait till FedCoin get here and them 87,000 IRS agents. Next! We already been warned.
Your children's children will live under communism. You Americans are so gullible.
And America will be in a position to strip Americans of even more of their individual liberties and of their rights.
No, you won't accept communism, all right? But we will keep feeding you small doses of socialism until you finally wake up and you find you already have communism.
In my book on the Great Reset, I go into the whole digital currency, what they're trying to do. And they're actually done it now in several countries. I think it was Zimbabwe and obviously Canada.
We'll not have to fight you. We will weaken your economy.
Because right now, with the system we have right now, if you have cash in your pocket, you can go out and spend it. And the government doesn't know what you bought.
Until you fall like an overripe fruit into our hands. Nikita Khrushchev, 1959.
Right? The government doesn't see that transaction, and they don't like that, but that gives you a degree of privacy and a degree of freedom because they can't stop you from using that cash.
We've been warned for years, but people don't listen. The problem is our academic system. We don't teach anything about money.
But teach everything about pronouns. Ain't that a bitch? The Democrats are coming after your money and your kids.
And the answer to that is it's already happening. Under Project Lithium and Project Hamilton, the new spyware currency has been quietly tested for several years.
Just look at it again. Janet Yellen came from the Fed. So does this guy Powell.
There's no stopping it. I predict we'll see a digital dollar in circulation next year or 2024 at the latest.
It's now the Treasury and the Fed are one centralized government. Fascism is capitalism in decay.
And our capitalism in America is on life support.
Instead, if it plays out the way I see it, Biden bucks will have the full backing of the U.S. Federal Reserve. They will replace the cash fiat dollar we have now and will soon be the sole mandatory currency of the United States.
And that's what China Joe want, for you to pay more than your fair share.
And also on the other end, I mean, if you are paid cash, the government doesn't know that you got it unless you tell them.
And drug dealers don't snitch on themselves.
So when I've been broke many times, and when I had no money, the banks close their doors to you. So I understand. I don't think it's black. I think if you're financially illiterate, the banks will close the doors to you.
No matter what color your ass is, because the banks only see one color, green, not black or white.
So every time they print money, the money gets trapped in what's called the monetary system. But only the rich get richer, and the poor and middle class get poorer because, temporarily there's inflation. And the inflation is in the asset markets. So Bitcoin went up, real estate goes up, stock market goes up. But I feel for the guys working in my yard.
As you should feel for the nigga that's making this video, me, and donate. Next!
That means they will be able to turn on or turn off your money at will. Not only that, but they'll be able to track and record every purchase you make. This is very different than online banking and has nothing to do with crypto.
And everything to do with control.
You just said that you do anticipate that the government may make Bitcoin illegal, especially if there is the Fed coin, the central bank digital currency, taking the People's Bank of China's lead there, which, as we said, is tremendously disconcerting in that it is a complete eradication of privacy and total government control.
And the bigger the government, the more the control.
But what you need to know now is AOC has already publicly declared her support for a government-controlled spyware currency.
That bitch is a mole.
The digital dollar means Dems would be able to punish any contribution, purchase, or even social media comment that they don't like.
Especially the ones about molesting kids.
But if we completely eliminate cash, and the only way you can transact is with a Fed coin, the government knows every single dollar that you spend and what you spend it on, and every single dollar you're paid and what you sold and who paid you. And that is a very dangerous position to be in.
Danger is the Democrats' middle name. Full of shit is their last.
And this isn't something years away. It's starting now. Biden's secret army has been hard at work, and U.S. trials are already well underway.
And not that I'm saying, hey, I want people to get away with crimes. No, but I don't want the government to have so much power that it can start taking things that are not crimes and make them crimes and turn law-abiding citizens into criminals.
In fact, our government is racing to catch up. China and Russia have already launched pilot programs for their own digital currencies. More than half the countries in the world and almost 90% of central banks are testing or exploring a digital currency right now.
Remember, if you have a corrupt government and then you have an uprising to try to throw out the corruption, now you're a criminal.
In my opinion, it's not a question of will the U.S. implement a digital dollar. It's just a question of when.
And will you be prepared, or will you have to steal your food to survive?
Right, but But was that a crime? No, those were the good people that resisted bad laws.
Like parents turning into terrorists for not wanting their kids to read explicit, naked, pornographic, molesting books in preschool.
When Biden bucks are rolled out, many experts, myself included, believe they will begin an era of total government control and surveillance. This is not hyperbole.
That is a Joe Biden line, and that's not hyperbole. Next!
With Biden bucks, the government will be able to force you to comply with its agenda.
Right, because the government can redefine the rules.
Because if you don't, they could turn off your money.
Right, I mean, there were criminals, in Nazi Germany. Not that I'm going to make the comparison, but if you were helping Jews escape, you were a criminal.
This won't be like freezing a bank account. It will be so much easier because Biden bucks will be digital tokens programmed at the source. They could be turned on or off at will with just a keystroke, and they could be reprogrammed at any time.
The idea here, though, is you're going to be relying on this government. Your credit card will be shut down. Your banking will be shut down if you don't get a code.
Next! We know what the Democrats want to do to your body because they're still pushing it.
With Biden's secret surveillance army running the show, the anti-freedom implications are almost limitless.
So therefore, it's not just Fed coin. as we speak, thousands of healthcare workers are losing their jobs. Military officers are losing their jobs. This is fascism.
And fascism at its finest.
If you don't support or, or fall out of favor with the party.
What we gonna do, Tom? We gonna release that today? We gonna release that today? We gonna, or you want to hold off to tomorrow? What we gonna do, Tom? What we gonna do, Tom? Tom, send me that donation. What we gonna do? We gotta release this Democratic debate today. We gotta do that. This is old. We gotta release this Democratic debate. What time I can release this? I release it. What time is it? I'll release it about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Western time. 8 o'clock your time. We're gonna open. Let's see if we got a little bit up here. Let me see if we got a little bit up here. We're gonna release this one today. For sure. It's up to time if we want to release the other one. What we gonna do, Tom? What we gonna do, Tom? Tom, you still up in here? What we gonna release this? We damn sure gonna release this one today. We damn sure gonna release this one today. We gotta release this one today. This has been in Patreon for about 3 days. This has been up in Patreon. If you ain't watching on Patreon, your time is up. It's been up for like 3 days already on Patreon. Where's you waiting? The donations the people done send on this is old. It's from like last week. Where's you waiting on? You better subscribe to that Patreon and get them uncensored videos and all that. What you waiting on? I can't put them on here, but I'm finna put this on here for damn show because we need to put a recap on the debate. We need to recap the debate. Right? Or to put that kids thing up. What time at? Time must be out of here, right? Give you a little bit. This is going up today. Come on and load. You see how long this thing is taking to load? What the hell? Come on, man. Load fast. It went all the way up to like 50, then it started going slow. Come on, I got the internet. Come on. This is a long ass video. That's why. It's a long ass video. This is about video about 50 damn minutes. That's probably why it's taking that damn long. That's probably why it's taking that long. Let me read the chat. Let me read the chat. Right? Marxism, fascism, hell no. The WEF agenda, WEF agenda. Well, I'm gonna put out the WEF agenda, right? My kid went to Knoxbury Farm and couldn't use cash. She had to go to the machine to trade in Knox bucks. Coming soon to our country. Knox bucks coming to a country near you. Coming to a country near you, right? They're probably tied coin to social credit scores like China. You know that's up in there, right? That's a long skit, right? I only gave you 5 minutes of it. You didn't get the beginning of the skit and you didn't get the end of the skit. You know what I'm saying? You got like the first, you got like from minute 6 to minute 10. From minute 5 to minute 10, you got that much of the skit. Right? You didn't even get all the skit, right? Wait till you get it. I got all that up in there. All that. Right? But didn't Biden say years ago about putting away people on crack a long time? Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. He did say that, but he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. Right? We releasing this skit today. We tired of this shit on Patreon. We got to kick this shit off Patreon today. We got to kick this shit off of Patreon today. This goes into the YouTube. Where we at? Let's go into this part right here. Let's go into the baby part. Let's go into, let me see, where we at. Let's go into this part.
Ran for president because of Charlottesville. The Democrats all...
Where we at?
Order is next, and the Democrats running on a big lie with a.
Oh no, can't do it right there. Can't do it right there. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where the babies at? Where the babies at? Where the abortion at? Where the abortion?
The immigrants is coming over here faster. Next,
we're gonna do the immigration. Immigration. Let's do immigration. Let's do 5 minutes of immigration. This skit is getting released today. This skit is getting released today. 30 to 35. Let's see 30 to 35 minute mark. Let's see what's up here.
All those.
Let's see 30 to 35 minute mark. This is like a 50-minute video. Let's go 30 to 35 before we get up out of here.
Those baby lovers should be locked up for agreeing with the Supreme Court decision.
It also included in there nullifying these marriages, and it also included in there getting rid of protections around birth control. This is what I'm trying to explain to Ohioans, that J.D. Vance is extreme on these issues, right? Now, he says he's not for same-sex marriage.
I think he wants to arrogate to politicians more power than God has.
And you sons of bitches is trying to take the power that God got. Next, the Democrats feel the same way about the border as they do abortions.
Mark Kelly, immigration, have you done enough as far as immigration concerns in Arizona and the country?
You recently did an interview with our Columbus station calling for continued construction of parts of a border wall where experts say it makes sense. You don't hear many Democrats calling for continued construction of a wall. In fact, when former President Trump proposed the wall, you're one of the Democrats who called it a, quote, vanity project. What changed?
Ms. Beasley, how would you assess the situation on our southern border currently? NBC News reports the Biden White House is considering an emphasis on the immigration system after the midterms.
That means if they win, it's going to get worse.
You know, Washington has dropped the ball on immigration.
Well, you know, I've spent a lot of time on our southern border, and let me just say, it's a mess. It's a chaos. It's crisis after crisis.
Now, all of a sudden, the Democrats got a voice on the border. Ain't that a bitch?
You know, when I got to Washington, D.C., one of the first things I realized was that Democrats don't understand this issue.
Did you tell them that? Because evidently they didn't hear.
The idea that he would even...
Why is it lagging like that? Well, if I put it right here, it won't even lag. Look at this. If I feel like this, won't even lag.
Because evidently they didn't hear.
The idea that he would even leave the door open to any deportation of them, I think, is cruel, Glenn.
And it's been
I'm just going to release the video. I'm just going to release the video. We ain't need to see all that. I'm just going to release the video, and you're just going to see it, right? It'll be out today. You don't need to see all that. You know what I'm saying? Prime time, right? We're going to come out prime time. We're going to release it today, right? What time, man? We're going to release this today. No further. You ain't saw it already on Patreon. Matter of fact, should I release the video right now? Let's see. We release the video right now for the fuck of it. Since we got enough donations, let's see what video can we release right now? What video can we release right now? See if I can release the video right now. For 2 o'clock. Let's see if I can release the video for 2 o'clock. I'm gonna release the video for. You gotta go on my other page though. You gotta go on this page. You gotta go on this page right here, Black Rosebud page. You gotta go on Black Rosebud page, and we're gonna release the video for you. We're gonna release. Let me see the video. Y'all got a video. We're gonna release this video right here. We're gonna release this video. Boom. We're gonna release this video. We're gonna release this video. Go to the page. We're gonna release this video. Public. We're gonna set a premiere, right? We're gonna release this video right now. Because time says so. Time says so. Because time says so. We're gonna release this boom. In 30 minutes. Boom. Set as a premiere. Boom. It's 20 minutes. 22 minutes, right? Boom. Right? So if you want to watch this skit right here, right? Bam. We're going to put that right there. All right. You want to see, this is about infrastructure. Infrastructure in schools. You want to see infrastructure in school? Boom. We're going to set it for 2 o'clock. Boom. It's going to be premiere right there. Boom. Go to Black Rosebud if you want to see a 20-minute premiere, right, of this skit right here. You can click on it, right? You can we click on it? Can we click on it? We reset it. I can put it in the chat. Can I put it in the chat? Let me put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat. Oh no, I gotta put Black Rosebud. Then I'm out of here. So all you gotta do is hit the link. All you gotta do is hit the link. Cause I'm out of here like last year. Oh yeah, put it in the link. share. Boom, just hit the link. Hit the link and we out of here. You want to see it, right? We're going to be releasing videos all this week thanks to time, right? On Patreon, go to the Patreon. Like I said, thanks to time, we're going to be releasing videos all week. We got about 10 videos to release, right? The videos is 2 ghetto and 2 conservative to put on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to release on Patreon, right? So if you ain't subscribed to my Patreon, Black Rosebud, 24/7, right? I'm gonna release a Patreon video probably today too, right? Probably do the matter of fact, I'll do the Hunter Biden one today on Patreon. I'm gonna release that one on Patreon on my first one right today. So if you ain't subscribed, go to subscribe to my Patreon. You want something that's gonna be late night? If not, come back at 2 o'clock on this one. We out this son of a bitch.